Morning, everybody. Who's out there? Who's fishing right now? Let's see. We got a few viewers here. Can everybody hear me okay? You guys there? I don't know if I'm getting anybody on here or not. Definitely some changing weather, some changing water right now. The cold water's coming in. We've had some pretty good winds the last couple days. Pretty windy today, so I know further north there's some colder water coming. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Tim. Hey Dave, Mark, Sean, how you guys doing? Did anybody get out fishing this morning? All right. Well, welcome to our live fishing report today. Let's see what happened this week. We had some pretty strong west winds, especially overnight and yesterday. Subsided a little bit this morning, but it's still pretty good. Out deep, it was pretty wavy this morning. But there is a bunch of fish out there. So I already have people waiting to weigh in fish for King Week and for the Great Lakes Kayak Fishing Series. So that's pretty cool. So we'll kind of do a quick report so we can get them weighed in so they can go back out fishing. Morning, Louie, Brian. Anybody have any questions or anything before we get going? Has anybody been fishing this week? Seems like it's been pretty decent out there. Shaw needs more snap rings. Yep, we've got them. We'll see you later. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool week, actually. Guys are catching fish on skein. Guys are catching fish on crankbaits, jigging spoons. I've pretty much heard of kings caught in the harbors on any way possible so far. But it's been a pretty decent week, and I think it's going to get better. We've got a really good moon phase, a full moon tomorrow night. Cold water coming in, perfect timing. The only other thing we need is a little bit of rain would help too. Just ordered a live scope to watch my spread. That should be pretty cool. One of these days, I'm going to order one for myself. So, all right. So let's see what came in this week. Actually, not really a lot of stuff came in. More skein. So if you guys need eggs, I've got a lot of skein right now, and it is working. But otherwise, we just kind of restocked on KO wobblers and reef runners and thunder sticks and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of trolling gear coming in at this point other than a few rods and reels here and there. Still spooling up coppers and wires for people, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, pretty good fishing. We had some really good fishing offshore earlier in the week, and now the harbor fishing is really picking up. I know further north it's been really good. Let's see. Captain Louis asking, what brand clips do you recommend for trolling cranks? I've had several kings open up the snap clip during the fight. It seems as if they open easy on big fish. They do. I usually use the VMC crankbait snaps. I also use the Lure Jensen snaps. Spro has some okay snaps. I've used the torpedo snaps. They've all been good. I really haven't had problems with any of those opening up. But the VMCs, I got them right here. The VMCs are the pear-shaped crankbait snap. So it gives your crankbait a little bit better action, a little more freedom of movement there. But they're pretty solid. I've never heard of one of these straightening out. So give these a try. They're not too expensive. They work pretty well. So, all right. Well, we'll get into the fishing report. Earlier this week, we had it kind of slowed up a little bit, like Sunday, Monday, and then picked back up again Tuesday. Then we've had some pretty wavy conditions the last 2 days. And now, we had a little bit of cold water come in down here, but further north is a lot more cold water. We fished a little bit today in front of Kenosha, looking for stagers, just not going into the harbor, staying outside a bit. It's just away from the crowds. We gave it 2 laps in there. We didn't really do anything, and then we went out deep. When we got out there, we picked up a king pretty quick, and then we were getting beat up by the waves and just came in. I figured I had stuff to do anyways. But the harbor fishing is picking up pretty good. I've had people this week come in. They were catching fish on ripping wraps. They were catching fish on reef runners. Today they're getting them on reef runners. The chartreuse zebra, the Wonder Bread right here. I know guys caught fish on the Lucky Larry, all those. I know shore guys are catching them on K Wobblers, Castmasters, kind of just hearing about everything. Even spinners are catching some fish, flying sea spinners. So kind of a nice thing to try, actually, because everybody's casting spoons or crankbaits, and there's not a lot of guys fishing with spinners. But those flying seas and the Mepps long cast, they both cast really well, coming 5/8 and 7/8 ounce, and they stay down a little deeper. So definitely worth checking those out. But yeah, definitely get out there fishing. I think it was a crowded day in the harbors today. I know of at least a couple dozen kings caught this morning in the harbors. So definitely a good time. Decent sized fish, not a lot of huge fish yet, but we'll see what comes in. What we're going to start weighing pretty soon here. So I'll probably start weighing in about 10 minutes because guys are out there waiting for me. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask or just give your own fishing report. Trying to think of what else was going on this week. It was kind of just getting everybody signed up for King Week. So we got a pretty good crew there. We got about 40 people all together between the 3 different divisions. And the Great Lakes Kayak Fishing Series going on as well in conjunction with it today. But yeah, that's about all I got for you. It's been a pretty interesting week. I spoke at the Trollers Unlimited meeting on Thursday. I heard some really good fishing reports from Waukegan. Lots of lake trout and kings not too far out in like the 70s and 80s, especially the kings. The lake trout were a little further out, but there were some really good king catches down there earlier in the week. And that water's setting up for it to stay that way. So do you guys eat your fish from Lake Michigan? Absolutely. I'd say they're better than the fish you can buy at the grocery store. No reason not to eat them. The salmon especially don't live in the lake very long, so they don't have a lot of time to accumulate toxins and stuff. But yeah, definitely we eat the fish out of Lake Michigan. I usually eat them once a week or so, maybe twice a week. I have a lot of smoked salmon as well. But you know what? I'm gonna get going because I need to get to weigh in fish. There's a bunch of people waiting outside the door. Oh, we got one other question here. Did you notice a pattern this year with what baits were standouts for us? It was all across the board. Yeah, definitely all across the board. The biggest pattern for me this year was white flashers outproduced other colors of flashers through the entire year for kings. But in all reality, it was kind of like that for everybody. Or I talked to other people, and it's been kind of different. Some guys were telling me when I was at that Trollers and Unlimited meeting, some guys said green flashers, some guys said chrome flashers. So for me, it's been white flashers, and then spoons have just been across the board, different spoons. So Michael's doing good. I talked to him Saturday. He seemed in good spirits and liking his new job. So good for him. We're happy for him. And that's it. I'm going to start weighing some fish. We'll start doing some updates throughout the day on Facebook with the weights, and we'll take it from there. You guys have a good weekend and get out fishing. Take advantage of it. There's a bunch of fish around, and you can catch them a variety of ways right now, kind of however you feel like catching them, which is kind of fun. So I'm going to let you guys get to the weekend, and good luck out there.